Battering. Did you guys see that fucking weirdo just run by? No? Okay. Well, I guess weird people running by is kinda relevant to what I want to talk about this week. I love comic books. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before, but they're really something important to me. I've been reading them since I was like 11 years old, and about a year ago actually is about the time I started seriously getting into them. And I just spend too much money on comic books. I'm embarrassed to say how much I actually spend on them, but just know that it's too much and I need to stop, and I know I have a problem, but like most people, I know I have a problem and I just don't care. The reason that I spend so much on comics is cause like every Wednesday I'm just like a crack addict. I'm like, hey man, hey, you got that new Flash this week, man? You got that new Nightwing, man? You got it? Got that new Spider-Man? I need that new Spider-Man, man. I need it. You don't know much. I need that new Spider-Man. Do crackheads actually scratch their necks that much? I feel like that's not a thing that's actually real. I feel like I just scratched my neck too much for this bit, and it's not even going to be funny. What I think is so cool about comics is like, they are kind of childish in a way, and that's part of it. You just gotta have to accept that. You have to suspend your disbelief. But sometimes you get fantastic, amazing stories. Like sometimes you have like the 2011-ish run of Wolverine and the X-Men, where we see Wolverine evolve into this father figure and teacher and just overall responsible adult for all these kids after being just the outcast and the horrible human being that he's been. And it's so compelling to see this happen. Or in the case of like DC Comics, for example, you'd get like Jessica Cruz, one of the new Green Lanterns. You see her dealing with her anxiety, which I feel like is a really prevalent thing in our generation and just the modern era in general. And she just overcomes her anxiety to be the best person that she can be. And it's just so, it grabs you by the heart, and you care, and you want to keep going. But then sometimes you get absolute nonsense. Like when Spider-Man was fighting Dr. Octopus, and Doc Ock was like, hey, let me get in that body. And Spider-Man was like, what? And then Doc Ock was like, switch brains. And then Doc Ock was in Spider-Man's brain, and then vice versa. And then Spider-Man in Dr. Octopus's body died, but then a piece of him was still in his brain, in his body, but it's in Dr. Octopus's brain. I don't even know what I'm saying, and I'm the nerd here. I'm the loser who reads these every week. Or you've got like Batman traveling through time because he was killed but he wasn't, but then he was reanimated as a zombie in this one event, but then it wasn't really him, but it was kind of him. And then he's just traveling through time because he was like a caveman and then a pilgrim and then a cowboy, and he was something else, I'm sure, but like that was a story was kind of weird. And then one time Captain America was literally a werewolf. I can't make it up. I'm not that creative. Captain America Steve Rogers, the beloved hero portrayed by Chris Evans, was an actual werewolf. What? And it makes me wonder, what is it that draws me to this weird shit? It shouldn't be likable, but it is, and I love it. It makes me think, is it because I'm kind of still a kid? Obviously, look at all of this. Or is it because I have this fear of not being extraordinary? I feel like I have to be different, and I have this like huge motivation to be more than just whatever. I think that might be it, because honestly, I would go suplex my mother right now if I could have superpowers. I'm not gonna front, I'm not gonna lie. If someone came up to me right now and said, dude, I will give you the powers of the Flash if you go running drop kick your loving mother right now, I would be like, bet. My mom could take me in a fight. I'm not gonna pretend. My mom would wreck me instantly. Really, the general gist of this video is that I'm a weird dude and I like comics. And comics are weird and I love them because I'm a weird dude. So let's go ahead and repeat that 4 times, because people love it when I repeat the same content over and over again. I don't really have an ending joke for this video, or like anything to end on, So I just really hope that weird guy with the hammer and the batarang doesn't come by again. Because, like, what if that's, like, an evil clone, dude? What if that's, like, my twin brother that no one told me about? And then he's, like, trying to take my life. He wants all my YouTube fame, dude. Nah, that's weird. That's some comic book bullshit. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Just, like and share the video if you want. Make sure you subscribe if you're not. And, see you around.